Hello proud truth seekers, and welcome back to our channel where we reveal the truth behind the lies of Britain's beloved soon-to-be ex-royals, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Welcome back to your mail solutions in ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we have some real thermonuclear tea to spill all over Meghan's person-obsessed maternal image. But the Duchess of Delusion has been done caught in the most embarrassing of f***ck-ups. She accidentally shared a hitherto unseen pixelated done-to-death snap of her and Prince Harry's much-abused princess, little Lilibet. The chilling implication? This unfortunate child looks strikingly like Meghan's ex-husband and former cash cow, TREVOR Engelson. But before we wade into the stormy waters of that bombshell revelation, do me a favor if you haven't, would ya? Come on subscribers and notifications. Believe us, you do not want to miss some of the explosive content we have been preparing. Hence, so you are right. You got that right, people. Now the woman who has micromanaged every frame and narrative of her supposed #royal baby is facing the repercussions of her own fumbling overreach. But, in a now infamous misstep, she let the Photoshop curtain slip to give the world a peek at what Spy are referring to as Ghost Kid. Her showman-starter marriage resurrected like a haunting specter. Now, think of the sheer panic surging through the Montecito busybodies right now. Here was all their careful curating, all of their years of PR fairytale spinning, to try and pass Lilibet off as the climax to the tale of Meghan's regal fairytale rise, completely shattered, supplanted by the inescapable fact this baby bears uncanny similarity with a human the Duchess is desperately trying to memory hole out of existence. The question is, as we probe more into the scandal, what are the larger issues? Meghan Markle has been a controversial figure with each of her decisions she takes. This takes a significant part in dividing the public on her. Her repeated trips in and out of the public eye and her carefully managed image made her out to be a woman on a desperate mission to airbrush her past and guarantee her future. But this latest blunder may flatten the house of cards on which a carefully crafted public image rests. Insiders say that those most closely related to the royal couple are panicking as they try to prepare for the resulting fallout from this unexpected confession. The royal family will no doubt see this as yet another headache to manage, just as they have tried to handle Meghan. This all plays out to be a PR nightmare of the highest order, one that could have far-reaching implications for Sussex's brand and their future relationship with the monarchy. But let's pause for a sec to remind us of the human element in this saga. Poor Lilibet, the unwitting victim of her parents' family drama, is already getting overanalyzed and judged based on God knows what. Last night the Rebel published a video outlining comparisons between her and TREVOR Engelson that, fair or not, lay a heavy hand on her young shoulders. It's a grim reality of the trials of being born into the public eye of the royal family. What did TREVOR Engelson do? Once an arguably central figure in Meghan's life, he now finds himself inadvertently pulled back into the story. Meghan, a past he has sought to leave behind and a renewed focus of media frenzy. Whether he does respond at this stage is another question, but what is in no doubt is that all the echoes of his relationship with Meghan will again be amplified through the headlines. This latest twist is one thread in the grand tapestry of royal drama, but the ramifications could spin it has the potential to undo so much more of the whole. We will stay on the case, updating you with developments, insider tips and expert analysis as this story continues to grow. Get your subscriptions sorted and make sure your notifications are turned all the way up. You're not going to want to miss any of this. One more time, the Duchess of Delusion trapped in her own web, that is all. With the error of having her possess body unedited photographs leaked, what is her accurate picture about authenticity, integrity, and what will she do to keep her image intact? But truly, how deliciously ironic that Meghan's very own overproduced birthday photo rollout for her prop princess would prove to be the basis of her undoing, as the mother with the filthiest rags. The years of work into deifying Lili as the immaculate conception of her regal delusions, shattered into knowing looks and cringing silence as people quietly connected the dots. And the facade, that beautifully controlled and styled identity, begins to fray at its edges under the weight of that artifice, a reminder of what reality lies beneath the gleam of perfection. Is it such of a novelty? Hasn't it happened before? How Meghan has violently pushed away and torpedoed every last soul or entity that does not fit in with her golden sulfonating self-reinvention. With her extended families purged, friends and allies fleeing at the first hint of disloyalty or any trace of possible reputational damage. One whose history is actually fraught with broken relationships and burnt bridges, all so that she could cultivate an impossible self, one that could not be challenged within the public eye. Clinging to Harry all the while being his feckless allowance-bestowing side piece. Thus it is, then, that it is hardly surprising that ill-fated Lilibet has in her turn become another thread inevitably pulled loose. Gone is the young, rebellious prince who championed the cause of mental health with her by his side, he is now just a small supporting character in her story. What was once the love story of the world now reads as a business partnership operated by the two on either end of this game of double duty, where love is but a tool to maintain an image. But the true innocent victim in her endless deceptions is the child. The little girl, whose face will, in the end, get fed along with Tom Bower's book sales or South African tourist scandals. A constant reminder to brand Meghan that must be sieved, airbrushed, or downright hidden from the general level-headedness. A manipulated and managed likeness of Lilibet is an object lesson in Meghan's willingness to rewrite her own script. And as this drama plays out before us, it is clear that Lilibet is being affected far more than simply by public opinion. The pressure of trying to maintain an unrealistic standard, the endless criticism and the eventual discovery of the extent of the manipulation she has been coached through add up to a grim negative. The question emerges, what life is being outlined for this little child, and for the purpose at the cost? Sherry Fink, there is shock and sympathy, as well as outrage in response to this. Part of the public and the media will naturally feel for Meghan as she continues to perform ever harder to keep up the act, but then for others that feeling of empathy can turn into outrage over the act one plays on the front of the stage, which is becoming increasingly messy. It speaks to more than just one person, getting into ideas of legitimacy, the idolization celebrity brings, and how entertainers owe a bit more to the people who love them. Ultimately, the story of Meghan, Harry, and Lilibet warns us of the dangers of building our identity on a house of cards, a foundation of fiction, of pretending that a heaping pile of lives is the real McCoy. Striving to become some version of perfected self, becomes disconnection from deep relationship, disconnection from other people, disconnection from reality. But as the facade collapses, the story of the narrative sting carries a heavy human toll, provoking questions about our thirst for notoriety, the place of the media and the fallout when destruction rolls over its subjects. In aid of the never-ending con that represents the dopey duchesses don't dare to be royal rebrand. Get ready to telescope in on what feeble PR sideshows and fake puff piece pivots the Marco Mariners have coming round back to try and pull some slight misdirection from this train wreck of a slow-moving paternal slow-burning horror. After all, they are still her polished pack of elite flacks, masters of the dark arts of burying bad headlines by sleight of hand and elaborate misdirection. Perhaps a heartwarming tale of Harry rediscovering his lost inferior half-sibling? It's all smokescreen deflections from the disturbing facts about Lily's heritage, but we can't be dispirited, my fellow good nerds. Well, with PhotoCat out of the bag, it's now just up to us cruel, mean-spirited critics to seize this jewel and take the tale and just run with it. Feast in the comments and on Twitter with all the sarcastic barbs about the G is for Ghost Kids 2 paternity. Water down the Marco whitewash until the damning optics are inescapable with a million memes. Because the Sussex facade can only suffer so many structural cracks before the whole facade falls apart into unfixable wreckage, as we've seen time and time again. Meghan may have finally pushed her luck just a bit too far in the ongoing high-stakes royal legacy game, and we, the peanut gallery punditry, are here and ready to witness every delicious moment of her dream world of unearned regal fantasy coming apart at the chintzy couture polyester seams. Her carefully manicured facade is beginning to crack, and the stark truths that lay beneath the glossy surface are making their grand debut. So thank you PhotoSource to Leaky Lilibet, whoever you are. From an anonymous, truth-crushing Santana blender, your reclamation of both truth and justice now begins on a Montecito manufactory. But the world now knows the polished facade only scratches the surface, and the depths to which the Machiavellian Duchess and her team are prone to go to massage public opinion. We have to keep peeling that onion, revealing the truth to power and keeping power accountable. We need to start questioning what we are being told, and we must push ourselves to look at the stories behind the headlines. Each meme and comment and article chips away at that veil, bringing us ever so closer to the reality behind the royal rebrand. Stay aware, stay strong in the fight for truth. But the Marco Mariners' attempts to divert and deceive don't stand up to scrutiny by a concerned and well-informed community. Let's make sure the truth will out, whatever PR flim-flam or puff pieces they fling at us. The expanded availability of a reclamation of truth and justice is coming to us, and we must take it with both hands on it. So now it is up to us to make sure that the photographic receipts of the ghost that kid all over town end up becoming the quite extra leaden anchor around the neck of Meghan's already desperate to space her embellishments. I mean, if this chancer of a princess bride wasn't able to cobble together a contrived birthday pic that wouldn't shatter the facade of her own fib, then she certainly didn't deserve to consign us to centuries of conned royal bloodline cajolery. While Meghan has always been under a microscope with her attempts to perfect her image, this might be the most obvious snafu yet. The staged photo ops, the scripted meet and greets, the long string of perfectly combed public appearances, all of it crumbles bit by bit with each new revelation. These inconsistencies, combined with the conspiracy of Mahmoud and Awada, only further exacerbate the overall level of suspicion and mistrust among the public towards Harris. It's not about just a single picture or one incident, it's about a pattern of dishonesty that appears to seep into the very core of her public image. The depths to which she will sink in order to hold up this charade are staggering and troubling. How much longer can she play this game, with more people starting to see through the cracks? We should always explore and test these stories, particularly when they make claims as gargantuan as those of royal pedigree. But it's a matter of honor and honesty. This schizophrenic approach serves no one but the government's political aims, and only from the perspective of the most myopic self-interested scheming and grandstanding imaginable. The public deserves transparency and honesty, not a series of smoke and mirrors designed to mislead and manipulate. So, what do you think about it? Leave your thoughts below in the comments down below and tell me your thoughts. Please continue this conversation with us, sharing your thoughts, and adding your voice. Are the corners of Meghan's facade beginning to crumble for you? However, is there something fishy going on behind the scenes regarding this? Don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable stories and scandalous news reports on our YouTube channel. Until that time, we will be doing our utmost to provide you with the juiciest news and rumors from the British monarchy with accuracy and respect. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for the next chapter of this never-ending story. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again with some more thrilling stories about the royals. Bye for now.